All right, guys, Mikey here from Mikey's Iron Rage. And guys, I got a good one for you today. And we're going to take it back to the 2000 Arnold Classic, and we're going to do it on Flex Wheeler versus Chris Cormier. And in my opinion, this was a royal fucking screw job, because Chris Cormier should have won the whole show and beaten Flex Wheeler at the 2000 Arnold Classic. He was definitely a little bit better than Flex. Now, if Flex wasn't using so much goddamn fucking oil, maybe I would go with Flex Wheeler, because besides all the oil, the rest of his physique didn't look that bad at all. He was super conditioned, very aesthetic, and rock hard. And his back looked the best I ever seen it look. But still, Chris Cormier had this shit in the bag. Even third place Arnold Classic finisher Kevin Levrone could have won the whole show as well. He looked amazing. And 6 months later, at the 2000 Mr. Olympia, Kevin ended up placing second behind Ronnie Coleman. But anyways, guys, this should be a good one. I got 9 poses for use. So let's see who really deserved to win that 2000 Arnold Classic, Flex Wheeler or Chris Cormier. Because, like I said, it's going to be a close one. But if Flex wasn't using so much fucking oil, like I said, because the 2000 Arnold Classic, he was using way too much oil, as you can see in this picture. Biceps, triceps, calves, everywhere. But I digress. So, guys, enough with the chit-chat, and let's just jump right into it. And so, without any further ado, let's get it on. And we got the first pose of the night, the front relaxed. And even though Chris Cormier might be a little bit wider and his lats might be flaring out just a little bit more, I'm going to go with Flex, because Flex looks more streamlined. Look at Flex's quads, how great they look. He always had a great set of quads. He's got a tight midsection. His abs look a little more cut up in this pose. His chest looks nice and big. The biceps are full of fucking oil. But other than that, he looks really good. So I'm going to go and I'm going to give the first point to Flex Wheeler for the front relaxed. All right, guys, off to the next pose. And we got the front lat spread. And this was a tough one. This was a really tough one, actually. But I think I'm going to go with Flex Wheeler, because Flex Wheeler looks a little more streamlined. He actually looks a little wider because of the tighter midsection. See, everything revolves around the midsection, guys. The midsection's the whole focal point of the physique. That's where your eyes go to first, is the midsection. So if you have a tight midsection, it makes everything else look better. So Flex Wheeler's going to get the point for the front lat spread. All right, guys, now we got the front double bicep. And Flex Wheeler really should get disqualified from this pose. He's not going to take this pose because I think Chris Cormier looks a little bit better. If Flex Wheeler wasn't using so much fucking oil, maybe I would go with Flex, but he's using oil in the biceps, the triceps. It's everywhere. In 2000, it was so evident. So I'm going to give this one to Chris Cormier. The only knock I have on Chris Cormier in the front double bicep is his forearms. His forearms are very small, but otherwise he's got a great V taper and the silhouette looks fantastic. So I'm going to go and I'm going to give Chris Cormier the point there. All right, guys, off to the next pose. And we got the side chest shot. And this one's going to go to Flex Wheeler. Flex Wheeler's chest is popping a little bit more. The shoulders, the triceps and biceps look a little weird. And I keep saying it because he's using oil. Look at how fucking weird his biceps and triceps look. And the shoulders. Just very, very weird. So Chris Cormier is definitely going to take the point for the side chest shot. Plus, I think Chris Cormier just looks a little bit better holding the pose. And the silhouette just looks a little bit better on Chris Cormier, in my opinion. All right, guys, now we got a side tricep. And look at this. I don't know. Flex Wheeler has a good side tricep, and he always holds the side tricep pose like this. It's nice and horseshoe shaped, but Chris Cormier's side tricep is way thicker, and it looks just a little bit better. Flex's side tricep might be a little more deeply cut, but I'm going to go with Chris Cormier. Plus, the silhouette looks better on Chris Cormier. His back looks better. His traps are popping. So Chris Cormier is going to definitely take the point there. All right, guys, now we got an ab and thigh, and this was probably the hardest pose for me to judge out of this whole fucking comparison video, because they both look fantastic, and they're both the same height, 5'10", 255 pounds, so they're both about the same height and weight. Chris Cormier might be a little bit heavier, maybe by about 5 pounds, but that's about it. So I'm going to give Flex Wheeler the point, because Flex Wheeler has one of the best ab and thigh poses. His abs looked really good here at this competition, so Flex Wheeler Wheeler's going to get the point. Plus, he's got a nice little V-taper going on, and his quads look fantastic because it's an ab and thigh, so we got to go off the thighs as well, right, guys? All right, now we got a crab most muscular and a hands clasp most muscular. And I know they're not holding it the same way, but Chris Cormier looks a little bit better. I always like Flex Wheeler in the most muscular poses, but not against Chris Cormier at the 2000 Arnold Classic. Chris just looks drier. He looks more striated, and he's just so ripped. So ripped, and that midsection's so tight, so Chris Cormier is going to take that one. All right, guys, now we got the rear lat spread. And this one's going to go to Chris Cormier because Chris Cormier has one of the best rear lat spreads I've ever seen. And about 6 months before this, at the 1999 Mr. Olympia, I think his rear lat spread looked the fucking best. His traps just pop beautifully. His lower back looks great. He's got an unbelievable V-taper, great hams and glutes. Flex Wheeler looks pretty good, but he's got no hams. His glutes kind of suck, and he's not as wide, and his traps aren't popping as much. So all in all, Chris Cormier is going to take the point for the rear lat spread. All right, guys, now we got the last pose of the night, the rear double bicep, and look at the difference here. I know the lighting is a little bit different, but Flex Wheeler has one of the best rear double bicep poses. I say it all the time. If he had just a better lower back, my God, his rear double bicep might be one of the best in bodybuilding history. Look at how sunk in his traps are. And look at the lat insertions and the development on those lats. It's just, the detail's unbelievable. Plus, he's got big arms and shoulders. Hams and glutes suck. But all in all, I think I'm going to give Flex Wheeler the last point for the rear double bicep. Chris Cormier looks good, but Flex looks better. All right, guys, so let's tally them up. If we tally them up, we got Chris Cormier with 5 and Flex Wheeler with 4. I knew it was going to be a close one. I had 9 poses for you guys, and it went 5-4 Chris Cormier. And Chris Cormier was definitely better than Flex Wheeler at the 2000 Arnold Classic. He got royally fucked. Flex was using way too much oil, but I digress. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Mikey's Iron Rage. Peace out, guys.